This is Ilse Alberts, and today I want to speak to the moms out there. I want to speak from my heart to your heart, from one mom to another mom. And today I am actually wanting to talk about how do we navigate work life? How do we navigate the guilt that is born the moment we give birth to our children? Guilt is born with us. I still need to meet a woman who has given birth to children who didn't even also give birth to her guilt the very same time. It's more a woman thing, it's less of a dad thing. So therefore, today I'm talking about moms and the guilt feelings that we invite into our lives the moment we give birth to our beloved children. So there are many, many forms of guilt. There are the moms working full day, half day, having their businesses, feeling guilty that they are working moms. Then there are the moms feeling guilty that they are not working moms and they are not contributing financially to the family pot. And there are moms who love going to gym or having a coffee with a friend and feel guilty that they don't just spend time with their children when the kids are home. So we are, as many women there are, as many reasons and origins of guilt there will be. But guilt does not have to be part of our lives. It actually is a choice. And I know that you have possibly never thought about it, that guilt is a choice. I want to give you some guidelines. How can we make different choices? I do not want to stand on a pedestal here and say, we can get rid of guilt because guilt is nonsense. Guilt is very much part of our lives, but I want to help you to have some strategies, some ideas, some new choices of how to navigate the guilt, and who knows, maybe even get rid of the guilt. So, as I said already, there are the choice for the working mom who says, I feel so guilty, I love working. In fact, there are moments, and that is between you and me, there are moments that I definitely prefer to be at work rather than to be home with my kids. My kids are now grown-ups, and they can hear me say this because now my daughter has two babies, two toddlers, a newborn baby and a toddler, and she says, Mom, what do I do with this guilt? Feeling guilty that I'm working, that in fact I enjoy working, and there are many moments I enjoy being at work more than I enjoy being with my kids. And then there's, as I said already, the mom who says, I'm not contributing to the financial part of the family, and therefore my children don't have all the opportunities that their mates have who have moms who's working. And then there's the guilt about choosing to do things for yourself. But you don't have to feel guilty about these things. You can choose to do the following. See the benefits for your children and for yourself if you are a working mom. I, in fact, sat down many years ago with a pen and paper, and I've written down many benefits, not only for myself, but also for my children when I'm a working mom. I've always been a professional working mom. I've been a psychologist all my adult life. I've been running big psychology centers to being on a one-man show, but I have dedicated my adult life to being a professional woman. And I had to go and make sure that I see not only the benefits for me, and of course, all the benefits of acknowledgement and feeling meaningful and fulfilled and making a contribution and making a financial impact and for your family, but I saw the benefits for my children. I saw how so I had two kids, or I still have two kids, how they, in fact, got closer to each other and they started to rely on each other as I was at work. Another benefit for them is I was not home just being like a hawk all over them, checking that they do their homework, making sure that they're not on their devices the whole day. In fact, benefit for them, and maybe that was not a benefit so much for me because I didn't want that for them, but a benefit for them was that they had more freedom to watch TV because I was not there watching them. A benefit for them was that they learned to become more independent, that they learned to rely on others, not only on me. They also learned to rely on friends' parents, on friends, on teachers. Another benefit for my children that I was a working mom and still is a working mom is that it actually gave them an exposure to a bigger world because I could bring a bigger world back home to them. So I want you to go and write down benefits for your children when you are a working mom. I also want you to do the same when you're not a working mom, to go and write down the benefits for your family that you are not a working mom. Then a second choice that you can exercise in helping you to manage your guilt is give your children a voice. And I want to make a suggestion to the working moms there, especially the corporate moms whose businesses or corporates that they work for are being run by boards and board members. And I want to suggest that you either call for regular family meetings or even call it a family board meeting, where every member in the family has an equal say and an equal right. And before a family meeting or a family board meeting, that must have a chairperson, of course, that hopefully will be one of the parents, that the children, each one in the family, can put on the agenda what they want to discuss, what they feel is working in the family, what they feel is not working in the family. And I've actually given my children the opportunity to have a voice, that they could come and say to me, Mom, we don't like it that you're the only mom who's not watching us at our sports events. And I listened to that and I said, right, I cannot be at all your sports events. I don't think I would enjoy that, first of all. And secondly, I can't. Physically, I can't because I'm a working mom. But I want you to indicate to me which are the sport events that you really wish for me to attend. And I diarized that and I made sure that I made myself available. I had also the arrangement with them that it has to be at their school, that I don't have to travel for many kilometers to a different school, unless it was, of course, over a weekend. So yes, I gave my children a voice. So let your children also express to you what it is that they need, that they feel is not being fulfilled by you being a working mom. Also, if you are a non-working mom, the same for your children, so that you don't add more guilt. Please don't add more guilt, but that you navigate a different pathway through the guilt. Because it helped me when I knew my children wanted me to watch some of these sport games. I had a choice. I said to them, I want to choose which ones. I had parameters in which ones I will choose. And the times I went to watch them was super, super special. Another one that I want to suggest as a choice for you is to have a mom and child day. So between you and me, I hope the schools are not listening now. I, every term, would have a school day that I would take one of my kids and have an outing, a mom and son or a mom and daughter day. And we would do something that is fun. I took them out of school for the day. Of course, I would have chosen a day that was not a test, not an exam, not an important day. And I would say, I am taking off work, you're taking off school, and we're going to have a mom and son or a mom and daughter day. And those days, we really build very special memories. And I can still remember some of the things that we've done. I also, as a working mom, instigated the following arrangement with my teenagers. So when they became 13, I said to them, because I have two kids, or I had two kids as teenagers, I said that every second week you will have an evening time slot with me from 6 till 7:30. Week 1 will be child 1, week 2 will be child 2, week 3 will be child 1, week 4 will be child 2 again, and you can choose what you want us to do in that time slot. We can go out. There were also parameters. We can't go to the movies. It's too long, and in any case, there's no interaction if we go to the movies. And you know what my children chose most of the time? They chose for us to go and eat out. Once again, it had to be close by. It had to be no fancy restaurant. I'm not going to break the bank to do this. But my rule for myself was, I am not going as the mom to teach and preach and check out. I'm going to be a present mom. I'm going to listen. No mobile phones on the table whatsoever. I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to just reflect what they're telling me. I'm not going to react as the mom who has to discipline. And by the way, these were the times that they would tell me, Mom, I tried to smoke. Or, Mom, I remember my daughter she was much older. She would share with me, Mom, my girlfriends are starting to talk about whether they want to have sex with a boy or not. And it gave me an opportunity to open a conversation with them and be a present mom without being the teacher and the preacher. Then to get a different pathway through the guilt that we as women so have in our lives is to carve out some time for yourself. And there was a mom. She was one of my clients, and she was a corporate woman, very successful. She was in her mid-40s, and her children were now becoming close to their teenage years. And this mom said to me, help me to do something extraordinarily special that my children will, for the rest of their lives, remember, and I will remember as well. And I helped her to carve a sabbatical for her for 4 months. She took 4 months of work. She was fortunately in a very privileged position that she could do that and still have pay. And for 4 months, she took off work and she became present with her children. Her request was that I must help her to carve something before her children become teenagers and they need her less. Although teenagers, of course, need us mommies. They need their friends a huge amount, but they definitely still need us. Another choice that you can make is to streamline your priorities. And one way to streamline priorities is on a Sunday night to give yourself half an hour to plan your week. I find that really useful to plan my week on a Sunday night. Now, if you still have family, you're still responsible for their timetables, the extramural activities, the meals, the dentist appointments, this is the perfect time to plan your week around that. Even the meals. One woman even said to me, she's a corporate woman as well, that she has made a digital profile of all her outfits with the shoes and the jewelry so that she can just on a Sunday night go through a portfolio of outfits with shoes and jewelry that she didn't have to even spend time on thinking about it. I thought that was very clever. I just didn't know if I wanted to be so organized. So taking that time to prioritize your life, your weeks. I personally Love to get up in the mornings early, at least half an hour before my family wakes up. That's the time that I go and sit in quietness with myself. I love to start my day with a meditation or a visualization, setting the intention for my day, just being quiet with myself and preparing myself for the day. So I am now a mother of grown up kids. I even have two granddaughters, the joy of my life. And I look back at the whole motherhood of guilt, of pain and pleasure, of feeling guilty about so many things. And I think, it didn't really serve me. Why did I make choices like that? But I can also see at the times that the guilt became a big one, that it served me, that I would make wise choices, spend more time with my children, make different suggestions. So I realized that guilt is part of our lives. We cannot get rid of it, but we can choose to do it differently. And definitely, we can choose to look at it differently, not feel guilty about feeling guilty, but also seeing how those moments of guilt serve us, because it actually makes us fine tune things, makes us get back to the drawing board. So if you battle with unnecessary guilt, I'm not talking about that healthy dose of guilt that we as women suffer from. If you don't know how to navigate it, reach out to me. Let's see if I can help you. I know I can. But follow these suggestions of choices that I've given to you now and see how this is making a difference for you. And just say, when those guilt feelings show up for you, I'm a mom, and moms give birth to babies and guilt. And guilt is not good or bad. Guilt is, in the end, a choice that is both giving us pain and pleasure, benefits and drawbacks. So, my dear fellow moms, you don't need to change yourself. You can just change some of the choices that you're making. I hope this evoked some new ideas for you, helping you to just see what different choices you can make as a mom for your precious children. Enjoy them. They grow up so fast.